Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name's Neil. I'm excited because I get to watch 2 more episodes of Lost today. Full disclosure, I'm doing these a little earlier than I normally would because Amazon Prime is about to lose the rights to Lost. I presume that they're going to be shifting over to Disney Plus. I'm not sure how seamless that transition is going to be, so I just wanted to get a couple of more episodes under my belt before they disappeared from Amazon Prime. Just because I don't know how quickly I'll be able to find episodes again after they're gone. So I have yet to even see anyone's comments for my reactions to episode 4. Today we're going to be doing episodes 7 and 8, so I'm a little bit ahead of the game here. I don't want to get too far ahead because I really value your comments and your encouragement. So this is a bit of an odd situation, but let's carry on here. I figured in the preamble today, I want to talk about Locke. He's definitely the most fascinating character to me. He's, aside from the huge reveal at the end of episode 4 that he was paraplegic, now he can walk. I just find him a very fascinating character. I mentioned in the last episode, in my reaction to episode 6, that I wanted to do a little research into the historical figure, also named John Locke. And what I found out was that he was an English philosopher in the 17th century. And here's a couple of lines I found from his Wikipedia entry. I didn't do a super deep dive here, but I did read his Wikipedia page. Here's a couple of lines. Locke's theory of mind is the origin of modern conceptions of identity and self. He was the first to define self as continuity of consciousness. He postulated that at birth, the mind was a blank slate, a tabula rasa, which of course is the episode name. The name of episode 3. I thought that was very interesting. He maintained we are born without innate ideas. Instead, knowledge is determined only by experience derived from sense perception, which became known as the philosophical school of empiricism. Anyway, so the historical John Locke was a deep thinker. Locke on the island appears to be a deep thinker, even though he calls himself a meat and potatoes kind of guy. He's definitely thinking about the supernatural or mystical or magical aspect of the island. He's the only one that's seen the monster, so he's got more proof than anyone. Aside from his paraplegism being healed, he's seen something crazy, whether it's a dinosaur or something else. Weird stuff is happening on this island, and he has more evidence than anybody else. So that fits in quite neatly with historical Locke. I'm also getting this sense that, you know who Locke reminds me of? He reminds me of Kurtz from Apocalypse Now. Now, I don't know if you've read Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad or seen the 1979 movie Apocalypse Now by Francis Ford Coppola. Colonel Kurtz was a U.S. Army colonel, notice colonel, that's also Locke's nickname, who went rogue, went deep into the jungle, and basically started his own little utopian religion deep in the jungle of Cambodia. Now, Locke, he's kind of the senior male amongst the survivors that we've met so far. He's the only one who seems to be in his 40s or 50s. Everyone else seems to be a pretty 30-something or younger. He's got the bald head, just like Colonel Kurtz, played by Marlon Brando, did. He's the one that seems to be most comfortable going off into the jungle by himself. There's just a lot of really interesting parallels there, and just a thought, just something that came to me as I was doing the edit for episode 6. So yeah, I don't know what to expect in this episode. It's called The Moth, so we aren't sticking with the classic rock song motif of episode titles. And I don't know what to think about a title like that other than, moths are drawn to a flame. But, that could be a metaphor for who knows what on this island. It is interesting to see At the end of last episode, the survivors basically split into two factions. They're not warring or anything, but there are those who are still waiting to be rescued on the beach and the others who are hunkering down in the caves. One group led by Jack, the other by Sayid. It'll be interesting to see what the new dynamic between the two groups is, whether the island, whether these groups are going to continue to separate from one another. Is this going to devolve into a Lord of the Flies type situation, or what? I'm very curious to see what happens next, and I have no idea who we're going to learn about in flashbacks this episode. It'd be cool to get some Sawyer. It would be cool to get some Charlie. I was very surprised that we got Son and Jin in last episode, so I wouldn't be surprised if I'm surprised again. Anyway, I think it's time. Let's watch episode 7 of season 1 of Lost. This one is called The Moth. We didn't start right on the eye, but we go right to Charlie's eyes. Looks like he's having some trouble dealing with no drugs.
Charlie, how about you and I go for a walk? Come on. Fresh air will do you good.
Locke knows what he's going through, doesn't he?
Take better pictures than that. Smaller, too, if you want something for your wallet.
I just came by for a few things, and this was with my stuff. I just don't understand why you won't come with me.
Crashed 8 days ago, Jack. I'm not setting up
I want
house
this
here.
island, too, but we both know that's not going to happen anytime soon.
I believe it.
I wish I shared your faith.
Wouldn't mind sharing a few things with her myself.
What do you want, Sawyer?
Heard the doc here is vacating the premises. I'll best lay claims to my new digs before somebody else did. Can fix this place up real good.
Sawyer's moving in more
Sheriff.
ways than one. Yeah, you could see that love triangle happening from episode 1. Charlie's going to have hallucinations this episode, isn't he? Going through withdrawal, he's going to see all kinds of crazy. Is that just another boar?
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been a week since my
It's
last
a Charlie episode.
Go ahead. You see, it's my band, Father, Drive Shaft. We've been getting some heat. A following, you know, and the girls.
So this is a couple of albums back.
Temptations that come with the territory.
Well, we all have our temptations, but giving into them, that's your choice. As we live our lives, it's really nothing but a series of choices, isn't it?
Well, then I've made my choice. I have to quit the band.
No, you can't do... Well, we know that didn't happen. So what changed? He's a good, clean boy at that point.
Liam, what are you doing, Mr. Church? Get your boots off.
Relax, quiet boy. We've just been signed. A recording contract. You're going to be a rock god.
Yeah, boar. Locke set a trap. That's awesome.
Nice work, Charlie. You make excellent bait.
Charlie. I thought last episode was a little too easy, but I've seen Train Spotting. I know what this is going to be like.
I want my drugs back. I need them. Yet you gave them to me. I'll let you ask me for your drugs 3 times. The 3rd time, I'm going to give them to you. And having choices, making decisions based on more than instinct is the only thing that separates you from him.
Okay, so the priest talks about choice, and now Locke talks about choice. He's the priest of the island.
3 antennae. 3 points of a triangle. If the French transmission is coming from somewhere within our triangulation, I'll be able to locate the source. But there are 2 complications.
So we have to wait till we're in position before we switch them on.
We have no way to communicate with each other.
Flares?
Bottle rockets?
Thank God for fireworks smugglers. Now, when I'm in position, I'll fire off my rocket. When you 2 see it, you fire yours. Battery in the transceiver is dead.
I think I might know where to look. Must be exhausting.
What's that?
Living like a parasite. Always taking, never giving.
Well, you got me pegged, don't you? Oh, are you feeling sorry for me?
I pity you.
All he had to do was say please.
They always he's always lit golden. Like, I feel like they actually put gels on the lights whenever they filmed him. And he's, like, clearly the golden boy.
I only care about the music.
Yeah, your music. Your songs that got a sign. I'm just a clown with the pretty face that sings them.
Just promise me one thing. If things get too crazy, no matter what, if I say we're done, we walk away.
That never
We
happened.
walk away.
Liam, promise.
That'll never happen.
We walk away.
옷이 그게 뭐야? 긴 거로 입어.
긴 건 너무 더워요.
Is she starting to assert herself? Yep.
And you just treat me like I'm some bloody child, like I'm some useless joke.
What are you talking about?
Charlie's not good enough to do this. You don't know me. I'm a bloody rock god.
Whoa. Cave in? Holy shit. Are they trapped in there? Charlie got out. Is Jack trapped?
Where's Jack?
Get him out. Start digging.
Charlie, go down to the beach and get help. Okay, I'm on it. And make sure you tell Kate.
Kate's not going to be on the beach.
What are you doing?
Our section cartwheels with the jungle, and yet we escaped with nothing but a few scrapes. How do you explain that?
Good TV setup.
We shouldn't have survived.
Sorry, Sayid. Some things just happen. No rhyme.
So did
no
something
reason.
help them survive? Something mysterious?
We need help. Where's Jack? He's trapped. We gotta go now. Go.
Hey, come
Oh, I didn't even think Charlie was going to make it to the beach.
Shannon, you have to be ready to do something really important, okay? 5 o'clock sharp. You need to be ready to turn that antenna on over there.
Oh, shit.
Why?
Got it?
Switches where now?
Did you hear what I said?
She's not ready for that.
You do it.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
She didn't process, Boone. She didn't process that at all. Oh, it was his band, but his brother took it. Man, he's got some issues of his own, doesn't he? He lost his thing.
Whoever isn't digging should be clearing the rocks that we pull out, bringing water to who is working, okay? Let's move.
So we're not even going to see Jack. He's getting an episode off. One of the secret writer's tricks. You got to give leads a light episode every so often.
What makes you think I'm interested in anything you have to say?
Oh, wrong thing. He's not going to bother. Never mind.
Just came to tell you you were right about me. That I don't help anyone but myself.
Ouch. So she's not even going to learn that Jack was trapped.
You didn't come here to tell me about Jack, did you?
No. Number 2.
My stash, look.
I need my drugs.
I can't stand feeling like this.
It'll go away. Tough it out, man. Tough it out.
Come here. Let me show you something. What do you suppose is in that cocoon, Charlie?
I don't know.
The moth?
A butterfly, I guess.
It's in there right now, struggling. It's digging its way through the thick hide of the cocoon. Now,
So that's like...
I could help it. Take my knife,
So there's a double metaphor for the
gently
moth.
widen the opening, and the moth would be free. But it would be too weak to survive. Struggle is nature's way of strengthening it.
Struggle makes strength. It's a twofold metaphor. Charlie is the moth because he'll come out the other end of his withdrawal stronger. But Jack is also stuck in a cocoon of sorts, the cave-in. They're not afraid to get symbolic, are we?
We got a hole. Jack! Jack, can you hear me, Jack?
No. Hope he's okay.
Come on, dude, answer me. I'm pinned. I can't move. Charlie was with me. He's okay. He made it out. Hey, listen. Jack, we're gonna get you out of there, okay?
There's going to be something else in the cave, too, isn't there? That we won't find out till the end of the episode.
5 o'clock. Watch for my flash.
Shannon's going to screw it up. So she gets to stay with Sawyer at this one?
With you.
I can handle him.
But since Jack can't get out, one of us is gonna have to go in and unpin him. I'll do it.
Charlie is the small guy.
Let me do this.
Hell, give me a couple of Band-Aids, Bottle of peroxide, I could run this island too.
You're actually comparing yourself to Jack.
The difference between us ain't that big, sweetheart. I guarantee you, if he had survived a few more weeks on this island, you'd have figured that out.
What did you just say?
Ah, damn. Didn't I tell you?
Oops. Oh, geez. Now you're trusting Shannon and Sawyer to do the triangulation?
All right. That's it. After tonight, we cancel the rest of the tour.
What?
We walk away.
Are you off your head?
You said you'd walk away.
Walk away and go where?
You're destroying Drive Shaft. I am Drive Shaft. Nobody even knows who the sodding bass player is.
Ouch. No, this will be his first taste, won't it? Oh, don't do it, Charlie. No. Come on, man. Don't do it. Yeah. It's so predictable, but drugs have that effect, don't they, man? Ah. Oh, it just hurts. Keep going, Charlie. Get out of the tunnel. Is he going to be trapped in there again? Okay, so it looks it's closed off behind him, I guess. And now he's trapped in there with Jack again.
I'm here to rescue you.
Is he alive?
We don't know.
Why is nobody digging?
My shoulder's dislocated. You're gonna have to pop it back in.
No, I can't. I need your help on this, man.
I can't do it, Jack.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay. Do you just do the slam it against a wall thing like Bruce Willis always seems to do?
I don't know if I don't. You could do this, Charlie. Okay.
This is the Charlie Heals episode, isn't it? Heals himself, heals Jack. Ah, that noise just makes me cringe. Oh, everything tightens up. Oh. Where are we?
What did you call you?
What? Oh, so this is years later. So the band's done and over.
This is our comeback.
Brother's done with it.
Charlie, I don't want to come back.
He had his fun.
Well,
Don't go.
thanks for your help, brother.
Stay, please. I'm just looking out for you.
You never looked out for me.
Which seems true.
I have a plane to catch.
But Charlie's playing the martyr for sure. You gotta wonder what all the family and friends of people of the survivors are going through right now. You know, we're not touching that story at all. How does his brother feel right now? How does Jack's mom feel?
You're not useless. That took a lot of guts getting in here and trying to rescue me. Won't forget that. For the rest of our lives.
Oh, a couple hours.
The rate we're using our oxygen in here, that won't be too long.
Caves breathe. Caves are almost never airtight. It's not like you're sealed in a submarine.
Hey, you want to hear my confession? Might take a while. Hey, I'm no saint either. There's a bloody moth in there.
So there's a way out. There's airflow.
What are you doing?
Caves aren't sealed tombs. They're gonna come up behind everyone who's still digging, aren't they? Hey guys, what you doing?
How'd you get out?
Charlie. Well, Charlie found a way out.
Dude, you rock.
So presumably Charlie's not gonna ask for his last hit for the third time, is he? This is not gonna work. Is this gonna work? Is Sawyer still there? What's Shannon gonna do?
Malibu party.
Oh, come on, Shannon.
Are such idiots.
Come on, Shannon. Do your thing.
Damn it.
Oh, okay. Now Sawyer. Is Sawyer going to be able to do it? Where's Sawyer? Where's Sawyer? Come on, Sawyer. Be a man. Sawyer did his thing. Okay, turn it on. Turn him on. Turn him on.
Yes!
Where are you? Where are you?
Nah! What the hell? Who hit him? Who clubbed him? Someone didn't want them to find the signal. Okay, it was nobody digging. It wasn't Sawyer. It wasn't Shannon. Was it Locke? Could Could Locke have done? Who else would have done it? Locke's right there, but the time's passed. Could it have been him?
This place is cool. Can we live here?
Yeah, we could live here. He's kind of interested in her, isn't he? Who hit Sayid? Somebody doesn't want them to make any progress towards getting rescued. Who wasn't there? Don't do it, Charlie. Oh. Bummer.
I've made my choice.
You know what? That's the more real reality. Like, it's too storybook for him to just get over it. Oh, well, good for him. They're toying with our emotions a little bit because it's still network television.
I'm proud of you, Charlie.
He hasn't heard that very much in his life, has he? It's the Charlie redemption story. Is Sayid still out there in the dark, isn't he? Man, so it was kind of a bottle episode of a sort, just in that, you know, we really were just following two main storylines, primarily the cave-in and Charlie's whole redemption arc, and then the triangulation of the antennas. So it was a quiet episode in that sense. Frankly, I'm blown away that both Shannon and Sawyer managed to light bottle rockets and pay attention, because they haven't been set up as the most reliable characters so far. So that was cool to see that, you know, they understand the value of that sort of thing. But who the heck plunked Sayid? I wonder whether, like, it couldn't have been Sawyer, because no one else would, like, some part of me wants to figure out a way that Sawyer clubbed Sayid, but Sawyer had to be the one to light the third bottle rocket, even though they didn't show it, because he was the only one there. He was the only one who knew where it was. Kate obviously wasn't there. She was still there at the caves with Jack. It was cool to see Charlie's backstory. That's been something I've been hoping to see for a while now, because he was one of the first characters we got to know. You know, he was one of the first three that we really spent any time with back in episode 1. So it's nice to finally hear a little bit more about the early days of Drive Shaft and see the dynamic of the band. Clearly, they're going for some Oasis type connections, you know, especially naming his brother Liam. This is post Oasis, so that's not coincidence, that's intentional. Especially having them playing clubs in Manchester and that sort of thing. You know, it's interesting to see that Charlie was actually sort of the heart of the band before their big breakout, and his brother just kind of hijacked that away from him. You know, it reminds me of Almost Famous and the band dynamic there. But now I'm really worried about Sayid. I mean, like, he had a strong signal. He was about to figure something out. Somebody clubbed him. We don't know if he's just left for dead out there up on that hill, or whether somebody's taken him away, or like whatever the dinosaur or whatever it is still out there and could theoretically come across him. It feels like the cave crew might be getting a few new people. Like, are Michael and Walt going to move there? Is Kate considering coming back? Doesn't seem like it, but, you know, obviously she and Jack have a real connection. So yeah, it was another really good episode of Lost, and I'm really digging this series. I'm so glad I found it. I get to watch another one in just a few minutes, so that's really awesome. Thanks to all of you who have given a thumbs up, who've subscribed, who've hit that bell, but mostly those of you who are leaving comments. I love getting comments on the show. You guys have been really good so far in not dropping spoilers, but I love all the little trivia that you guys are giving out. I've heard from a few of you that Evangeline Lilly, who plays Kate, and Dominic Monaghan, who plays Charlie, they were dating for about the first 4 years of the show. I wonder how quickly that romance started, whether it had already started at the point of these episodes. It's fun watching the dynamic between those two characters, especially when Charlie is commenting on the flirtation between Jack and Kate, knowing that that's Dominic commenting on his girlfriend flirting with another guy. These sorts of little bits of trivia always make the watching experience even more fun. So please keep those up. I love hearing that sort of stuff, and I'm doing my very best to respond to every single one of you. So far, I'm managing that. I can't promise that I'll always be able to do that if the numbers continue to grow at the rate they are right now. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. Take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.